the bucket.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And how good a feeling is that for this team to dominate the way they did in front of a hostile crowd? That is a satisfying feeling for the victors.
Here's Cousins, and it comes off the front of the rim.
You know, last season, DeMarcus Cousins had several triple-doubles, but with Cousins, he would have 20-plus rebounds to go along with 20 points and 10 assists. That's amazing for a big man, for any man, as a matter of fact.
Goes up on the block, so the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It's on DeMarcus Cousins. And for Cousins, those 20, 10 triple-doubles are an incredibly rare feat. First time, in fact, that we've seen that in the NBA since 2010.
And he was the first big man since the great Wilt Chamberlain to do it in back-to-back games. So Cousins is one of the rare big men who can do it all and has displayed that multiple times last season. Zach Randolph getting up there in his mid-30s, but his game has never been based on explosiveness. So it's all about strength, skill, and craft when you talk about Zebo, and he's aging gracefully.
Timeout called by the Kings. And Randolph Clark can struggle in matchups against quicker power forwards or those spread fours.
Yeah, but even though he struggles on the perimeter against those guys, he punishes them when he gets them inside in his operating area at the offensive end. Most big men have a hard time dealing with him in the paint.
Very good point. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Kings have made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
Shooting for Sacramento.
The first free throw is good.
Sacramento didn't have a free-flowing offense, and they wanted to get up and down, and it showed in their play transitioning from stagnant to free-flowing.
Sacramento, a team that is likely to put it on the floor to attack. We saw that last year. They have no problem creating with player movement versus ball movement, which is something which is a nice way to kind of begin the transition.
It is, and Kevin, they were dead last in the league in terms of catch-and-shoot field goal attempts. Also near the bottom in catch-and-shoot field goal percentage. So they might have been justified in that.
There's the dish to Gasol. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Kings have gone 0-4 from the field in the second half, yet to find the mark. Screen by Cousins, and Bellinelli kicks to Gay. Count the bucket.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the 3rd.
And no question, G.A., Rudy Gay is one of those guys who has always put up great numbers, but in 9 seasons he's been in the league, only 1 playoff. Only 1. Count him, 1 back in 2012.
Yeah, but what if he was still in Memphis, though, Kevin? I mean, that's one of it. Sometimes it's not always your fault that you're not getting there.
True.
You got to play on a good enough team, and he hasn't up to this point. So, yeah, he's had his moments of inconsistency and will disappear at times. So there's some shared blame there as to why he hasn't been more consistent when it comes to the postseason.
And, you know, back to Rudy Gay, he's a tremendous all-around talent. Physically, instinctively, skill-wise, he's got it all. Except that consistent winning touch, that remains to be completed.
He's off on the first.
And thinking more about Rudy Gay, one key number I look at from last season, his assists. By far the most in his career, and that didn't translate into a ton of wins, but it very well could have been the next step toward getting those wins.
They set the pick. Outside Rondo, feeds to Gay. Another miss by Gay.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Conley, the pass to Randolph. From 17 feet out, and there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Randolph. 18 points for Marc Gasol.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Cousins with a screen for Rondo. Cousins with a screen on Conley. Here's Rondo. Now the dish to Cousins. Rejected by Gasol. They get it back.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting.
And, you know, Rondo, a strange year shooting the ball last season. For a good stretch, he was shooting the same from the free throw line as he was from three-point range, about 30%.
Some changes for Memphis. Barnes comes in for Green, and Lee's subbed in for Allen. Greg, you were talking about Rondo, and his shooting woes have been well documented. Clark, he tried to tap into Dirk's old shooting coach to help him out while in Dallas.
You know, a good portion of this might be mental at this point for Rondo. He is getting to the point in his career where I think it is what it is for him in regards to his shooting.
Dishes it to AC. It's Gay on the way. Covered by Barnes. Shot's good.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Rondo against Conley. Here's Gasol. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Rondo kicks to Cousins. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Randolph's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Conley with it, guarded now by DeMarcus Cousins. Randolph a screen. Here's Barnes. And watching Matt Barnes, he will do all the dirty work for you. He's an instigator. He's an agitator, and he's a team player, I think, at the core. And everywhere he's gone, you know, and he's played for a lot of teams, Greg, he's had that role.
It's a great point. I call him a glue guy. You know, he's not someone who's going to be a volume scorer or a smooth playmaker, but the game really is built on grit, diving for loose balls, taking charges, making hard fouls, you know, whatever it takes to help his team win. I like that line, antagonist. That's a very good way to describe him.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Cauley Stein comes in for Quincy Acey, and it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Bellinelli, covered by Lee. Cousins, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. They get Courtney Lee.
For Matt Barnes, I really felt last season was one of his best. He was the Tony Allen type defensive guy for Doc Rivers' team. Did all the little things, and he was efficient. Near his career high for three-point percentage and a career low in turnovers.
And he knocks down the first one.
And I know if I were starting a club, Matt Barnes is the type of guy I would immediately look for. He's that tricky enforcer who has just enough skill to hurt you with his game. So him, in my book, equals winner.
Now here is Conley. He's got 5. To the middle. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
That's his second personal foul.
And guys, Courtney Lee, now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3-and-D prototype who will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
Talking about Courtney Lee, you know the ball handling and court vision are suspect, but you know you don't care because he's provided solid defense on the wing, Clark, and he's hit over 40% of his threes last year.
And he's also one of the best free throw shooting 2 guards in the league, Kevin. And last year, he and Conley were out of sight at the end of games. That's a wonderful combo to have 2 great free throw shooting guards late.
Here's Collison, got a piece of it. And Cousins throws it down.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Outside Gasol. He kicks it to Green. And stolen by Cousins. And here we go. Fast break. McLemore's got it, and that one's good. McLemore's got 5 now.
And that steal paid instant dividends.
No wasted time or motion getting out on that fast break.
Memphis moving that ball around. Lee gets to the corner and buries it. 8 points for him. And the Kings shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Gay against Barnes. Gay dishes to Cousins. In the corner, Collison with it. Shot clock at 6. A 3 from Gay, but they recover it. Here's Cousins. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
Defensive foul. DeMichael Green. His second personal, 15.
Caspi, he's checked in for Rudy Gay. White, he's checked in for Memphis. Carter comes in for Matt Barnes. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Memphis?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
It's been a hot shooting night for them, too. I mean, they've hit a lot of those mid-range jump shots.
And Chalmers kicks to Carter. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers.
Mario Chalmers.
Chalmers has got his 7th assist in the game. Collison the pass to Cousins. No good with the layup.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And it's Carter missing. The Kings trail by 21. Pass to McLemore. There's the three. Good. McLemore's got 5 points now in the quarter.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
Man, you talk about a guy that's bounced around the league since he's been in it. Darren Collison. I mean, he's played on 5 different teams in his first 6 seasons, and has been a contributor and an impact player on all of them.
Kufis checked in for the Kings. And Memphis also making a switch. Zach Randolph, he's checked in for Wright. Carter outside. Green, the screen. Carter dishes to Lee. And again, Memphis no good.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Chalmers with it. Out defended by Cauley Stein. Green kicks to Randolph. Lee outside. He can't get that one to fall. The Kings trail by 18. There's 1:26 left in the third. Collison gets a wide open look. Collison with another miss. Memphis has gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Lee kicks to Chalmers. He feeds it to Randolph. It's tipped. Now the Kings with it. They're on a 14-6 run. Collison the pass to Kufis. 3 for Caspi. It's rebounded by Randolph.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint, because that has not been up to par.
Some changes for Memphis. Green is checked in for Carter. And Allen subbed in for Courtney Lee. Free throw, no good for Green. Well, the main problem last year for the Kings, Greg, their defense. Just couldn't slow teams down on their end of the court, and it cost them.
Yeah, and listen, a lot of it had to do with the defensive problems overall. They were pretty much in the bottom 10 of every major defensive category, and dead last in blocks as well.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Randolph, a screen on Collison. Chalmers dishes to Randolph. Back to Chalmers. Shoots from 12. Good on the jump shot. Chalmers has got 5 points so far.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Memphis out in front, running away with it. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports.
I gotta hold down the city.